been a little bit absent of late. Apologies for that. I've been working hard as a composer, filming lots of it, which I'm going to share with you later this year, so do subscribe if you haven't done already. I thought we could just pop into the shed and have a bit of fun, because I'm building a filth box, a follow-up to my fuck box, which I'm not calling fuck box 2 or the mega fuck box, because, well, I'm not bowing to the powers of political correctness. It's simply that my kids have started swearing a lot, and every time I tell them not to, they say, "But Dad, you say fuck on your YouTube channel all the time." One of the reasons I'm building this filth box is for a mega project that I'm on this year. All will be revealed on June the 21st up that hill there. And a massive part of this project is about tape and cassettes and creating filth in that manner. So when I heard a Stompbox company had released a pedal that imitated a VHS player, well, I was all in. And it wasn't cheap either. The Maple Leaf suggests to me this is another Canadian entry into the filth box. What is it about Canada and stomp boxes? This one also, like the others, is not cheap. About $325 US or 240 odd quid. Is it Dem Dash Effects T-120. Oh look, a little bit of video tape there. Robbie, what was it you said? A little bit camp, isn't it? A little bit camp, a little bit hipstery, purple, and a velvet pouch, no less. We're going back to getting physical with Jane Fonda. I mean, look at the state of it. We've also got stickers and very cool Dame Dash or Dem Dash plectra. That is the plural of plectrums, isn't it?
I would assume so, yeah.
First appearances are busy. 80s busy, love the use of Helvetica, not so sure about the sparkles, although the 80s were a sparkly era. We've got these lovely pastel pink knobs here, and the build quality is excellent, so it should be for the price. So what I've done is I've prepared 4 tracks, piano and some strings and guitar and some drums to see what we can get out of this beast. What we'll be doing is, because it's a mono pedal, is working in mono at first. And if you stick around to the end, I'll create 4 stereo versions of the 4 pieces that I've pre-prepared, and that'll be true stereo. So what I'll do is I'll repatch the left to become the right out of the stereo signal of the original recordings. So we're going into another Canadian unit called the radial reamp. So what I'm going to do is actually just bypass the loop to the pedal first, so you compare what it sounds like when it's bypassed directly in the reamp and then what it sounds like when it's bypassed directly through the pedal. Here we go. That's bypassed. And then through the pedal. There's a squelchy felt on that piano. It sounds like it's distorting, but I've double, triple, quadruple checked it, and it isn't. It just sounds weird in mono. And I think for me, it's a very clean signal, which again you'd want for something of this price. You lose just a little bit of warmth out of it, but I think with the degrading that we're going to do with basically a VCR unit, I think that's the least of our worries. Okay, so we've got 2 switches. This one is for bypass, but it also acts as an alternative function, which I love, because you just forget them all the time. It's got a label on the side. I might use it to actually describe the alternative functions. So that's on, that's off, and if we have it on and hold this, then 3 of these knobs have alternative functions, which I'll take you through. One doesn't work, which is annoying. That was very Richard Hammond, wasn't it? No, what's his name? The older guy.
James May.
It was a bit James May, that wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Also, what I have noticed, and I hate to be a pedant because I used to write user manuals, is the user manual, it says mix, and there isn't a mix knob, and the echo knob does what is described for the mix knob in here, which is just one piece of little bit of confusion there. So it's an echo box, and the time knob will do what you expect. All the way down to 0, I believe, is 60 milliseconds, and all the way up is 1,200 milliseconds. Radial in, bypass out, annoying pair, engaged. Let's turn the echo knob, which is the mix knob, up. So if we use the alternative function control, the manual says that basically using this, holding it down, turns amber, you'll see that the LED will blink red, which suggests we're moving through different divisions of the beat. Now let's just mix this 50-50 and see if you can hear this changing, because it, to my ears, doesn't change at all. So I don't know if I've got a faulty unit or whether I'm doing something wrong. So let's just have a listen to the time knob working on its own. And then if we turn up the intensity, this is just basically the number of repeats. And just as we get it up here, it'll start feeding back. So what I'm going to do is just take it down to a single repeat so we can actually just hear the pure quality of the first regen without loads of echoes going on. So I'm going to just take echo all the way up and then intensity all the way down. So just got one regen, full 100% echo. So we can have a listen to these three middle knobs, which is when things start getting fun. So let's just listen to the tape quality first. It's interesting, to my ears, that just actually sounds like it's just shelving off a little bit at the bottom. I'm not losing any kind of quality, which is already quite degraded in a way that I quite enjoy. Let's have a listen to the guitar. So original. So this stomp button to the left is tap tempo, and I've really struggled with this, to be honest, but let me demonstrate what the kind of idea behind it is. So what I'm going to do is just turn down the mix, so keep it absolutely tight. That's my kind of second frustration with the unit is I'm finding that the tap tempo function doesn't get me a repeat that's actually tight. So what I would recommend doing is getting yourself in the rough area and then just tuning the time function accordingly. So let's have another go at that. It's a really sexy sounding echo though, I have to admit. Right, the fun stuff is the depth and the speed, and these both have alternative functions. Basically similar to the shallow water unit that I reviewed up here, it introduces some of our lovely tape wobble into it. The depth is the amount that the pitch will change. The speed is the number of times or the number of oscillations you get within those pitch changes. So let's have a listen to first the depth. And you've got an LED letting you know when those modulations happen. So let's just listen to it pure. So take the depth down. It's quite sensitive from it being imperceptible to it being quite a little jerk. Let's have a look at the speed. And let's take the depth down again. So I'm not really hearing any pitch there. And then suddenly it's kind of going in. I can see actually this is kind of like an off switch. Let's return back to the piano. Now, let's investigate what the alternative functions of these knobs do. Depth is referred to as glide, which is how kind of smooth the oscillations are. So let's have a listen to that if we put it all the way down. And then all the way up. Okay, so that's interesting, it's counterintuitive. So actually, the further up you go, the more of a steady oscillation. The further down you go, the more it becomes more of a kind of a jagged sound. And the alternative function of the speed knob is called random. So it will colour the wave shape, if you will. So let's have a listen to that. I'm really liking the effect here, and just trying to imagine it in stereo, true stereo, by switching the channels round. Last thing I want to listen to is drums. Let's blend in the delay. Same problem there, just I can't get it in time with the tap. Yeah, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to do a DI and see if we can just overload this pedal directly. Okay, let's have a listen to that. Might be interesting here is just to have the single regen. Well, I'll give you one thing, it does sound like a terrible VHS machine with all of its furry distortion. It was interesting, someone commented recently on one of these Stompbox reviews saying, would the quality of the sound created by those Stompboxes stand the test of sitting in a rack? He suspected not. The thing for me is, it's not always about how things sound. I mean, it's important, but it's how they react to the interaction with them. They make you work differently, think differently, and create different music, which is why I enjoy Stompboxes. They come from a totally different area of the business to the plugins and the sample manufacturers us media composers are used to. In conclusion, I really like this pedal. I like the sounds it makes. I don't enjoy as much working with it. It seems slightly counterintuitive, the direction of the knob sometimes, and I am disappointed that this beat division function doesn't seem to work, certainly in my pedal. Do let us know if you're suffering the same with yours. Thanks as always for watching. Do subscribe if you haven't done already. Ding that bell to be notified the next time I put a video up, and there will be more coming soon, I promise. One of those to the guys who made the sparkly Helvetica VHS pedal thingy. Good stuff.